For sure.
Well, Violet, it pleases me to no end that you like what I did. Lynn! Well, sorry, Violet, did you want to follow up or no?
No, just that I like a lot of things you do, Steve.
Well, Violet, I like a lot of things that you do too. Let's go to Lynn. Lynn, did you want to comment on George or anything?
Yeah, I just want to say that, I totally agree with Violet, and I was thankful for him.
You like things that I do as well?
I do.
Lynn, thank you. Hey, Lynn, you're starting to get an evil laugh. I just wanted to let you know that.
I'm sorry, my throat is like...
No. I like your throat, and I like you getting an evil laugh. Don't get me wrong,
Oh, I had a gift for you today, but I haven't had the opportunity to present it. It hasn't made itself available, so it might have to happen.
I was going to say, maybe it'll happen after the show on Ask Young Elvis. By the way, Young Elvis has not made an appearance here today, but I presume Lynn will be there, and the show of Ask Young Elvis will be on it after the show at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, yes?
Yes, it will.
Wonderful. Let's go to Richard. Richard, did you want to comment on anything that George said or no?
I would like to comment on it.
And just refer to him as a prior speaker. I can refer to him as judge.
Yes,
you refer to him as prior speaker.
I would like to know, honestly, if you in any of your experiential understanding of the development of the idea of intelligence, if you at any level agree with George about the number one. I don't want to go with number.
Are you asking me? Are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you if you agree.
The answer is no. I do not believe as a group that intelligence is hereditary. I do believe that intelligence can be and is passed on genetically for a very rare individuals, but as we can tell time and time again, I don't know if Albert Einstein had kids. I don't know if the most intelligent people on the planet have kids. I would suspect, if you take the most intelligent people on the planet, that maybe their offspring had a small boost in their intelligent level, but as a group, no, absolutely not. Not as a group, no.
I would like to bring one example which has nothing to do, but it's related. There was a nephew of Adolf Hitler who emigrated as a child, teenager, I believe, to the United States, volunteered for the United States Army, and served with tremendous valor in fighting the Nazis. An interesting point. I'll leave it at that.
Thank you very much. Let's go to our physicist, John Mallinckrodt. John, any truth that intelligence as a group is passed on based on the group? John Mallinckrodt, are you there? John is busy IRL, probably enjoying the beach. Oh, there we go. Hey, John.
I am. I don't know if you can catch me. I'm in walking.
I can hear you now. Yeah, sure. Intelligence passed on by the group? John is busy. Okay, fine. Let's go on to Benjamin. Benjamin, is intelligence passed on by the group?
Yeah, I don't
Did you pass your amazing intelligence down to your daughter?
I tried. She became a fine arts graduate. And that's not the apple falling from the tree, in my opinion, but maybe.
Does she communicate with you like once a month or something?
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty intelligent. If I were her, I wouldn't communicate with you daily.
Steve, unlike you, she did not hang on to her mother's aprons, and she's not going to to keep her mother's religion for the
Hey,
rest
I
of her
communicate
life.
with my dad at the most, like every other day, most of the time, like once a day, and I have dinner with him twice a month, you know.
Yeah, you're still joined at the hip. You got that religious connection going on. My family.
If you consider what I just said, joined at the hip, then yes, you're right.
Oh, you still got your bassinet religion at an old age.
My dad doesn't pay my bills. My dad doesn't support me. My dad doesn't approve of everything that I do. But we still love each other to death.
Being a bastard, my dad never paid my bills, never supported me.
Mm-hmm.
Not even once. I had to carry my own water.
Really?
From a very young
Didn't
age.
you grow up in his house before you were imprisoned in the cult for 20 some odd years?
No.
No.
No, I'm a
You were homeless.
child.
You were a child on the street selling shoes.
Well, not exactly, but we were poor.
Okay.
If dirt could be poor, we were poor. No, I just think that George really exemplified the qualities, the fine, upstanding qualities of the American educational system, and for those that are on stage that have paid to have their intelligence upgraded in a educating institution.
Yeah.
Some of you got a good deal. Some of you actually did get, a little bit more intelligent. I know Scott got, every dime that Scott paid in education was money well spent. But I want to say prior speaker is fully entitled. I mean, I don't know why he hasn't gotten it yet. He is completely entitled to a refund on that. Whatever that was, that was dysfunctional. It did not take. It did not work. Nothing happened there to benefit. And I would say his students are also entitled to a refund for the same reason. So I think that everybody there is entitled to a refund. And I love a former speaker said in the chat that as long as there is a group to go to and socialize with, it's the same, doesn't matter what the group is. And I just think that person doesn't believe it, even though he's right below me. Doesn't believe it because it does matter what groups we associate with. The KKK is a group, people went to it and associated with it, and I just don't think any reasonable person would think that it doesn't matter what kind, the quality of the group that you associate
Right,
with.
exactly.
Right, so again, these educated people on stage are really stupid sometimes.
I couldn't agree with that statement more. Educated people on stage sometimes are really stupid, and I couldn't agree with that. Okay.
Oh, my friend!
I feel responsible for failing, my job as an educator.
My friend!
All right.
Apparently I haven't been able to fix everybody.
Let's say hello. Let's say hello to the founder. Let's say hello.
Night?
Yeah, nice. You have a good night?
Yeah, it was good enough. It was good. Good night. Went to the gym this morning. Did the gym.
Oh, wow.
Gym. That's good. Fatty, go to the gym. And how are you?
Doing well. I'm headed to the beach soon.
Nice. Beach and gym.
And I met a beautiful Jewish girl last night who has been divorced for, I don't know if she said a couple months.
Wow, amazing. That sounds like very lucky for you.
But she has a kid, unfortunately.
That's a bummer. But I mean, that could be, I don't know, that could be good. That could be good.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, like, the problem is if you start dating a chick that has a kid and, like, the ex-husband is in the picture, it's like, I just want to date you. I don't want to have anything to do
Right.
with another guy that you're still attached to because you have a kid with him. It's like,
That's annoying, yeah.
there's this X factor there, and it's called your ex. And it's like,
I will tell you this, though, I don't think she's here, so she can't hear me. Just make sure that she words here, but basically my girlfriend's, she's gone. My girlfriend's parents had a horrible marriage.
Mhm.
And they got divorced when she was 7 years old, and it fucked her up. And her mom polluted her mind against her dad and said, Dad is bad. And so my girlfriend has like a problem where she basically hates men. And so it's kind of been a big problem. And I mean, anyway, we've made it work. She's grown a lot over the years, and she's grown in many ways. But I bring this up to tell you that her father remarried when my girlfriend was about 10 years old. Her father had already remarried. And
I'm already laughing at what I can't wait to tell you.
Okay, well, I'll just finish this story quickly. Basically, you might already know where I'm going, but her father is still married. Her mother is her mother's not married, has a boyfriend who's like, old man, basically looks like a fat Santa Claus. And while his dad has remarried, has stayed married for basically the past 25 years, and his marriage is really good. And so in this scenario, you would be wife, basically, just because this woman has a child, she might still be happier with you than she ever was with the father of her baby. That's my point.
Yeah, she wanted to go into details last night about like what her how she's like in hindsight, things my ex-husband were doing was absolutely crazy and insane, and like I can't believe I even tolerated it. I don't know if it was sexual stuff or what she was talking about, but I didn't want to ask any more details.
Frankly, I don't care.
This guy that I caddied for once, he's like, John, he's like, I'm not gonna tip you today, but I got some great advice for you. I was like, all right, what's the advice? And he's like, see that woman out on that golf course? I love that woman. And he goes, just remember, whoever you marry, meet her mother, because that is exactly what you're marrying. And I was like, okay. He's like, don't forget. I'm like, okay. He's like, because when I met my wife's mother, I knew right away that I wanted to marry her, and she became just like her mother. And I was like, okay, good advice. Because think about it. Think about all the conditioning that mother puts into the child, even at the present moment. Every communication is like a reconditioning of that dysfunctional relationship because that original primary is fucked up.
That's true. So are you more like your mother or your father?
Sometimes when I laugh, I hear my mother or I hear my father. I'm like a nice input of both because my mom ditched me when I was in the 4th grade and gave up custody of my father. I was like, you can take care of him the rest of your life. I'm leaving the state. Bye!
That's amazing.
So my dad was, the coolest guy in the world. So it was a good life. Thank God my mom decided to give up custody. That's why I say it's like there's not a speck of dust out of place in the whole universe. So, I don't know. Everything seems to be like synchronistic, and whatever's meant to be is like what was meant to be. And like if you resist it, then that's the friction, and thus your lack of wisdom.
Whatever will be, will be.
Exactly.
I am planning on going. At the very least, I'm going to go to Israel again in the winter.
Dude, you should come to Chicago. Swipe right here for a week. I'll put you up in an Airbnb. You could find your
that'd be fun.
You could find your shidduch in Chicago if you don't think that that's the one. But I mean, the hard thing is like.
Can I tell you my? Yeah, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
I'm just saying, like, if you're investing. I mean, that's the thing about relationships. It's like until you're married, you're not married, and so like all is fair in love and war. I hate to break it to you, like, but it's a hard fact for me to face too. It's like every chick that I fall in love with, it's like, oh, love. Okay, well let's talk about war, because everybody is.
Come at me, I'm going to kill your baby.
Yeah, everybody is.
Come at me, I'm going to kill him.
Everybody is just. Nobody can I don't know. I'm just saying most people are very selfish, narcissistic, egocentric, and that's their life, and like they're not going to change just because you say, "Hey, read this book." That's life, you know. People
It's
are
true.
not
It's-
operating off of a book.
Well, you know what's funny? My girlfriend, who I am currently with, and I've been with her for 6 years, and it's damn near long enough to get married, but we're still not married. But on our first date, we talked about the Tao Te Ching, and she talked about how much she loves the Tao Te Ching.
Well,
But
I mean,
then I don't think that she really she doesn't really love it like I do.
the thing is, it's about integrating that information, but also refreshing it. Because every time I read it, pick it up again, or I pick up Tanya, or I pick up any book, I'm just like, man, I'm so stupid because I didn't know that. It's like a new experience every time you read a book. So
I told you about that book. I really think you would like this. I know for a fact, actually, I remember telling you about it, but you should check it out. The Book of Five Rings. I told you about that one?
I think so, yeah.
That was really good. That's probably, I finished it maybe 2 weeks ago, so it's still kind of fresh in my mind, but that's like Tanya and Tao, I've read them all, and it's like a rereading. But the Book of Five Rings, it was a brand new book for me, and I just listened to it on audiobook, and it was really good.
Yeah, the thing, I sent you that picture of Rebbe.
Right, I like that post. That was amazing. One act
Yeah.
of kindness. I read that at the gym.
I think that rabbi is on Clown House. I think he is.
Rabbi Raps.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's like in all the Clown House Jewish rooms. I think he
Is
is.
it Mixed?
No, I think it's like he goes with a dog PTR. I can't remember his name. They might just sound alike,
Oh,
but
the dog butthole?
no.
Oh. Were you there for that?
No.
I think his name is Matt. He has a picture of his dog, like, looking over its shoulder, like the dog is looking out the window, and then he took a picture of his dog from behind. And then, Edward, the blind F-word Edward, piece of garbage.
Yeah.
So Edward was like, why would you take a picture of your dog's asshole? Do you want to have sex with your dog? And then I said, the fact that you look at this picture of this fucking cute dog and the first thing you think of is putting your dick in the dog's butthole says a lot more about you than it does about anybody else. But
It really is like a projection confessional booth on this app because people just want to get out what's inside their head, and they're willing to sacrifice, their surveillance capital to get the talk therapy.
Funny. Do you think that your go-to insult about other people is what you're afraid is true about yourself? Because my go-to insult about other people is, you're a fucking asshole. And that's like my number one fear about myself. Is that I'm a douchebag, that I'm a piece of shit, that I'm a fucking dickhole. And then I say that about other people. I'm like, you're a fucking jerk. That's like, I would never say, like, resistance is like, you're a fucking pedophile, you fuck 8-year-olds. It's like, that doesn't even come to my mind, frankly.
Yeah.
Like, I think that says more about you than it does about me, sir.
It's like the Dhammapada where it says like the world is our thoughts. Like it is what we're thinking, what we're saying. So, hi Abby, welcome to How Angry Can Uncle Steve Get?
To check with you, I'm in a noisy pool right now, that they were trying to summon you yesterday, like everyone was trying to get a hold of you, in the debates room.
Punish him!
Did you know what was going on with that, John?
No, I didn't hear what they were trying to summon me about, but
Yeah,
Silence him.
was
yeah,
it the
so I'm really
JB?
trying to remember it because I was like in and out of sleep, but essentially there were two things happening that they wanted recordings. This guy's CEO was going
Yeah.
after Adams
Yeah,
and saying some really bad stuff.
yeah,
about
I've got that recorded. Yeah, I heard that
Edit the
right
recordings. Get
everyone
John.
was saying. So then, so he basically backpedaled, said I never said that stuff, and everyone in the room said, "All right, where's Edmund? Where's?" It was really funny, and like I at least I'm in a chat where at least 8 people were like, "Can someone get a hold of him?"
Your stock is rising.
Your
Yeah.
stock's rising, so that
You
was
need to
number
put your
one.
cash app in every one of your profiles. It says YouTube.
Okay.
You need to put your cash app.
Me, no, but let me just tell you that.
No, but John, yes.
John does. So John, that was the first thing, and then the second thing was I don't know who Unlimited is in here, so I'm gonna just hold off on what the second thing was, but it had to do with one of the mods in that room, and also some of the stuff that's coming out of his mouth. But we can talk about that another time.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like I don't even. I mean, it's all on recording, so it's like if they get my YouTube but nobody goes back. Like I have so many recordings, it's insane. So there's too much information to even deal with.
This would have been last night in the Healthy Debates.
Yeah, I got all that.
Exchange
I
with
got all that.
Adams.
Yes. I know Adams.
You know what? In one of the chats, like it's time stamped.
Yeah, I know. I heard. I was there for the whole thing.
If I take a minute, I can look at that chat.
No, I heard the whole thing. I've got it all.
John.
Adams was like, just wait till the fucking YouTube recording comes out tomorrow, you know, and so I was there for the whole thing. It's.
They must have said your name. I don't know how many times.
I know. It's amazing because I'm not even speaking, and it's like just my presence, yeah.
The person's gone. So even Roger was saying your name.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you how funny this was. But also there was a lot of issues with JB and trying to hold him to some of the shit that's coming out.
JB, more like gay B.
Yeah, well, more like, you know, all this stuff started coming out about him also. So anyway,
yeah, that was
what was going
fun
on.
too.
I wanted to share that with you, so if people are looking for you.
Did you see the $5,000 challenge video I put up?
No.
Okay, let me pin it. Because here is JB offering $5,000 if you can identify him on a sex offender registry. And I mean, you know, this is the thing, like, you don't know who you're talking to on this app, and you don't know their actual mental health status or diagnoses, etc. Or anything about people's past.
But I mean, the court cases are all right there. I mean, I don't have to be a lawyer to find them. You just go and find law.
Yeah,
right there.
I know. You just Google it, Jay Breska. You know, I mean, it says he's. Anyways, we don't need to go into it. But if you click the link above, that's my YouTube channel. And what's amazing is Ben Mendelsohn's room and also Patty's room, like just my anonymous account, and they're all flooding to my YouTube. And like the outbreak of paranoia when they see that a congressman elect is like live streaming their rooms, and it's just so I honestly think that this strategy can probably help me fundraise, and so I have to get more organized here on the back end to keep doing what I'm doing.
On that, I have to plead the fifth on stuff because it's my work on the R side, so I gotta hold back on what I talk about with that, and I will get you the timestamp of everything, and I'll look at that YouTube.
Yeah, so like after you end a live stream on YouTube, it automatically goes private. But I filmed so much that I let it build up for like a week or two, and then I log into the actual account on a desktop, and then I sort by privates, and then I mass make them all public. So, because it's just too time consuming to do it individually across all the phones.
All right. Well, Adams is the one you really want to connect with, because he's the one that got horribly disparaged and threatened.
Yeah, I mean, I heard it all.
That would be the person, that him or KK or one of them.
It's great. It's great.
Well, that's what you want to do with your time, John. What you actually want to do is you want to connect with Adams.
Talk to Adams all day long.
A great way to spend your time.
It's great entertainment. I got you. Listen, I think you have to give it to JB. Like he actually, his stirring the pot really is energetic, like metaphysic creation. I mean, he brings out. It's hilarious, but you know, I think it's toxic, and it's just not going to stop. And it's just one of those toxic, you know, circles that just keeps going. But it is what it is. It's entertainment, in my opinion.
I'll show you toxic, you fucking piece of garbage. Sit in the audience.
Yeah.
Sit in the audience, fucking piece of garbage.
Everybody thinks they're going to be like Joe Rogan or Oprah, or, you know, everybody wants to be this Uncle Steve, basically, which is the radio host. People, it's like a motif, or it's like the Johnny Carson show, so people enjoy this shit, but it's just it's a public speaking competition.
Actually, I don't look at it that way, and you know, because I'm more of like wanting to shut down stuff that in the real world hurts people. And when certain things are said and certain tropes are said over and over, you get people that like hang up their phone, go out into the world and try to hurt. And
I know, but respect. Can I ask you, Abby? Can I ask you how old you are?
no. Well, I mean, you can, but I'm a lot
But
older.
you're not gonna. Yeah, so that's my assumption. You don't even have to tell me how old you are, but you're Gen X or Potentially older?
Potentially older.
Okay, so no offense. I mean it in the most respectful way possible, but I think that I'm only a couple of years younger than John. Basically, I think that I put you in the same category as like Norm or even Alan, although Alan is a much older. But I mean, you guys are like reasonable people. I think of you as a very reasonable person. When Abby comes off the mic, she's going to have something that she just read or it's something related to your job, or so you're not going to insult people. I've never heard you like trolling, but there's this part of it. I don't know what my conclusion is, basically, that I don't associate you with trolling. That's all I'm
You're
saying.
not frivolous with your communication.
My work now is specifically in this field, and actually based out of the city where John is our central command center. But a lot of it is significantly tracking hate and where it's starting to percolate. And what you don't know is that as much as these recording rooms, you've got law enforcement heavily monitoring now social media. I mean, in a different way than it used to. So they're not just looking at Facebook or Twitter. I mean, this app's on the radar. And when you're in these rooms and you have people, it's more than just saying, and obviously I'm tracking what said about Jews. It's more than just saying we're cockroaches or we hurt them. It's really going off with threats, and we've had some bad threats in here. So it's paying attention to it. And there's some bad actors that show up on here. And then the fear is that they go out in their community and they, vandalize or bust up something or put a swastika on a building, or if they don't do it, they're hanging out with people that are doing it, and it's just ways of tracking. And again, for me, it's shutting it down. When I hear it, when I hear people go up, like in one of his rooms the other night, there was some guy named Bud Bully, I think is the guy's name. I mean, it was just a whole monologue of how we are destroying his life and any person in his ambit existence by just existing as Jews. I mean, it was just bad stuff that he was saying. I don't want to repeat all of it. So for me, a lot of it's shutting that down. So, and that one, I just tried to change the topic and thank our soldiers for doing a great job in Iran and tried to move the conversation somewhere else, which I got in trouble for doing that. So, but anyway, I come at it from a very different place.
I don't know, filming these rooms and essentially like doxing myself with my name, my location, all this stuff. It's like it's such a trip knowing that they get paranoid and it disrupts their communication and their little like hot box. It's just to me, it's a trip to like be in a room with an anonymous account and hearing them talk about me for an hour, or just like how it totally diverts whatever, because it's all a huge waste of time. So I don't know. It's fun doing what I'm doing, and without this anonymous feature, I mean, it wouldn't be possible. And it doesn't seem like YouTube is taking down my accounts like they have done in the past because of these recordings. And it could be because I'm actually, registered with the FEC running for Congress. So maybe having that status prevents them from wanting to take down my accounts. Or I'm still getting privacy requests, like Patty's Politically Incorrect Room. And L. Stern is also reporting me regularly. But
what do you do when you hear something really bad? Like, does your antenna go up? How do you react to that when you hear?
I report the clubhouse.
Okay.
yeah, I generally screenshot and then I report. But I have heard so many strange racist remarks and conspiracy theories, and some of them, it's just all over it's just too much to deal with, and so I just let it go. And I know that basically by recording, it's like the easiest way to do this and not let it like sit in my consciousness, in my memory, so I can just go on with my life and be productive. Like, I'm telling you, just set it, record it, set it, and forget it, because all these people are their own worst enemy, and the more you have on them recording and basically this is like a snitch app, and they did have a tip feature on here where if you could actually like just email them, and they would like individually look at your tips. So it's Joe Armenia and
Where is that feature? I did not know that was here.
that was put out in their town hall like a year ago. Joe was like, we do have
Does it still exist?
I'm sure that it probably goes to Joe Armenia. He's probably just sitting in a Gmail. Like they just use it as a collection for gossip and snitching. But I don't think they're not. I haven't heard anybody speak about it in a year. But I'm just saying that this app is a surveillance app, and people make all kinds of insane comments, and so you can do a diagnostic on somebody's like psychological status, their mental health, etc. There's this whole human interrogation, human type component to this thing where people just come on here and open up. And that is, from a psychological perspective, like an observational perspective, is really interesting. And, like that thug bully guy, there's a lot of those people. But you can go to X Spaces. There's this one room. I didn't know about it until Pepe told me, but it's called JQ Radio, which is Jewish Question Radio. And you will hear, like, insane communication. A lot of Nazi Hitler stuff. And
But that I know gets tracked. I know that the X stuff is tracked. That I know firsthand. Well, I mean, from the people involved in it. So for sure, I didn't know how much they had Clubhouse on their radar. But also, let me just leave you with this other thought. We have a lot of internationals that come on, and now obviously they're looking for the cells more tied with Iran these days. But we have a lot of international that come on, and they can track these accounts. They is it the VPNs, the IPNs? They're able to sometimes figure out who it is, what country they're coming from, and that arm of our protection has ramped up quite a bit as well. I mean, people
Prince
probably aren't going to be on U.S. soil.
Prince communicates in Arabic. Prince, that piece of shit on this app.
Yeah, that's a good example.
Yeah, and he could be a terrorist threat. And he was yelling at me one day about how he just got into America like a couple months ago. About how I told him I was going to report him to DHS and ICE and make sure he never gets through a customs immigration check here in America. And he's like, I was just there 2 weeks ago, bitch. So, but. He posts photos of himself with AR-15s at rifle ranges. I mean, whether or not he's, this is the thing. It's like, how do you statistically do like pre-crime data analytics, and scribe like, I mean, I don't know. They're saying like the surveillance state, like the total automation. The total automation of the surveillance state. It's like I don't believe it. It's like it's too much data to deal with, and there's not enough people to do the enforcement. So it's like at the end of the day, we're just like making massive storage caches, but there's no action on the cache. So
I'm gonna push back on you and tell you that there's a lot of computer algorithms that pick up certain words, certain sentences, the stringing of sentences. There are computer programs, a lot of them that can do some of this work that you're talking about, and they use them because groups like ADL use them to track as they're looking in places like Twitter or Facebook, and they'll have just certain words or phrases that are the targeted phrases, and that's not government, that's NGO, but I know that there are programs that do that.
Did you see the Glastonbury festival where they were chanting death, death,
Unbelievable. But, we're in England. That's different. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the pool, but I just wanted to tell you that there's an APB out for you from everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just the default guy now at this point because I'm the recorder, but thanks, I appreciate it. What can I say? I mean, if these people didn't do what they're doing, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing because, they're the content.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
And my friends, talk to you later.
Be well. I asked the AI to come up with other slogans like "Death to the IDF" or "From the River to the Sea." and it says that it can't do that.
You know, look what Joe B wrote, that they can't afford to expand memory to hold most replays. You know, like I create a lot of rooms, and like if you just look at my profile, it only shows you like 10 of them. But if you go to the house, most of these rooms, I believe, are like stored in the house. But it's not everything, right? Yeah, it's not. It's only some of them. It deletes your shit now. So this app does not have retention, but YouTube sure does. And watching this app in a video format, I think, is, you know, cool. But anyways, what are you doing? What are you doing the rest of the day?
I'm about to have a meeting with a new therapist on the phone.
Oh, you mean Clubhouse doesn't act as a free therapist for you?
Not enough, I guess.
I mean, you do realize that you're just putting information into your brain when you talk to a therapist. So, you know, when I was very depressed, my dad sent me this book called The Feeling Good Hand Guide Book. Let me get you these sheets about overthinking, about generalization, The Feeling Good Handbook, Cognitive Distortions. If you just read this list out loud, like actually record yourself reading it, it's very helpful, and it'll make you realize that you're your own worst enemy. It's very smart. This is basically, it is cognitive behavioral therapy, but, you know, all or nothing thinking, overgeneralization, jumping to conclusions, magnification, minimization, emotional reasoning, should statements, labeling, personalization, and blame. Read this, because, like, if your therapist doesn't even fucking show you this, well, I'm a better therapist then, because this shit is smart. And unless you increase your intelligence, like, what is therapy? What is therapy? It's like, are you gonna make me smarter so I'm not so fucked up or stupid? Like, read this list, click that link, read it out loud, and then you will remember it, program yourself with it, and say, I'm overgeneralizing, I'm mind reading. Like, you'll be able to identify your cognitive distortions. I still use hypnosis though, because in a way, the theory that all communication is hypnosis, if it's true, it's terrifying, because look at Mamdani, look at AOC. They're actually just hypnotists, and they're propagandizing and programming us with their bullshit. So, in a way, all communication is hypnosis, and it's a very controversial and obnoxious thing to say, because nobody could accept it. But what if it was true? So, it's a theory, but it's something you should be considerate of. Anyways, click that link above, and then talk to your therapist, and then read the list above again and be like, you know what? That Congressman Kitover's right.
Yeah, no, I appreciate this. This is a great list.
Yeah, screenshot it.
I just saw this thing. I was just going to tell you briefly. I saw this thing that was measurement. What was it? It was like a graph showing how much each of the Supreme Court justices spoke, how many words that they each used for their opinions in the most recent decision. And a lot of them used around 4,000 words. Brett Kavanaugh used 2,000. Clarence Thomas only used 96 words for his opinion. And Ketanji Brown Jackson used 11,000 words.
Wow.
So as far as like all communication is hypnosis, like if you just spam your hypnosis with 11,000 words, like 11,000 beats 4,000. It just does. It just wins. So spam, spam, spam. Spam your political hypnosis, because it creates comedy, and it's all a form of projection anyway. So spam, spam, spam.
Yeah, I mean, less is more, but the thing is, if you can increase your bandwidth, you know, in the simulacra or in the network, it has marginal effects probably. But when you're a hot Puerto Rican in a red dress, you know, wagging your ass, I mean, it's like the perfect combination of a superior hypnosis. Beauty with perceived intelligence when it's actually not intelligent.
Beauty plus idiocy equals hypnosis.
Yeah, sex sells. AOC is the perfect example of
You
propaganda
you
and
see
sex.
Idiocracy?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Have you seen these shows? You know, there are TV shows that I watch with my girlfriend sometimes. One of them is called Wipeout. Have you ever heard of this show?
No.
Wipeout. Okay, so it's like an obstacle course show where they have to run the obstacle. I think it was a Japanese show first that might have been called Banzai. And this show is literally Ow My Balls, if you remember from Idiocracy when they watch Ow My Balls. I don't know if you remember that. But anyway, that's what people are watching. They're watching Ow My Balls. Ow My Balls.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta tell you, like, when people are like screaming out my name, like, he's fucking recording the room right now. You're all on live. Don't say nothing. Don't talk no more. And then somebody will start playing, what's Beyonce's husband's name? Jay-Z. And it's funny because my initials are Jay-Z. So I'm just like, they're playing my song. Yeah. And then I gotta change the channel because it'll kill my copyright.
Oh, they fuck you up by playing. They just know that. They're like, oh, let's fuck them up with the copyright.
Yeah.
One of the, I mean, you haven't done this in a while, but there are some of your catchphrases have stuck with me. And one of them is, punish him. And that's what, every time I hear people in a room, like, ganging up on one person, I just think of you in the background. Punish him! Kill him! Silence him! It's amazing.
I was laughing really hard one day. You were talking with Daniel, and you're like, "Hit him again, Daniel! Hit him again!" That to me was fucking hilarious. I thought about that for quite a while. That was stuck in my head for like quite a bit.
Well, did you ever see, you saw Rocky?
Yeah.
You remember Rocky with?
Yeah.
In Rocky 1, one of my favorite moments is at the very end when he's finally fighting Apollo Creed, and his girlfriend Adrian is cheering him on from the sidelines.
Mm-hmm.
And she yells at Rocky. She yells at him. She says, "Hit him!" I was like, that is amazing advice, Adrian. That is very good advice for a boxer. Hit him!
Isn't that amazing how Sylvester Stallone, like, wrote that, starred in it, and like he manifested, $100 million out of that.
Oh yeah, that's a great movie. I mean, the original Rocky is a fucking American classic for sure. He doesn't even win in the end. He just goes toe to toe.
Mm. Yeah, Rambo was also a cool movie. I don't know, Sylvester Stallone's a living legend. Him, Arnold, like those guys are, that kind of movie career will never be duplicated. And everything is now essentially, condensed and made cheap and for China and generic.
Arnold wrote a good book that my girlfriend read, but I didn't read the whole thing of, but when she was reading it, I was like flipping through it. And Arnold's book is called Be Useful.
Yeah.
And I thought that's a pretty good message, how God, use me, make me a vessel, how can I be useful today? It's a pretty nice outlook.
Well, the role of the therapist or the guru or the swami or the teacher, that's never going away, and it doesn't cost you anything to really be that. But the thing is, it is of high value, and so I heard Elon Musk saying, like, at this, I think it was in Wisconsin, he was giving us the speech, and he's like, most people have no idea how hard it is to create value. And I'm like, man, it really is very difficult to create value. But when you look at like a lot of these gurus, many of them do create great value for their listeners or their, from a teacher-student perspective, because most people don't have access to very high-value information. And like that link above would be an example of very high-value information that, your therapist may not even
Right.
know of, or she'll
That-
say, "Oh,
that
I
makes
know
me
all
think of
this."
another movie. Have you ever seen this movie Kumare?
No.
Oh man, you would like that movie. Kumare. I don't know if you watch. Do you watch movies? You don't really seem like a big movie guy.
Are you kidding me? Do you have any idea what I do with my life? I record.
I
I
thought
make.
you read books.
I read books, but I
Hot chicks.
but I record Clown House.
Right.
Fucking 70 hours a week. I mean, it's
So you
insane.
gotta watch movies while you're doing it. All right. Well, this movie Kumare is really right up your alley. Have you ever heard of it? He's like a fake guru.
No, I've never heard of it.
Bro, it's amazing. So it's this Indian American guy. He has an American accent, but he's Indian.
Uh-huh.
And he says that he wanted to expose fake gurus.
Mm-hmm.
And so he said, all that I had to do was talk like my grandmother. And then he puts on these robes and he pretends to be a guru named Kumare.
Mm-hmm.
And then he has a following in Phoenix, Arizona, and people just start flocking to him because he looks like a guru. And then he's sitting with them and he's like, if I'm Kumari and you're somebody who needs a guru, I say to you, okay, John, what do you think Kumari want you to do today? And you're like, I don't know, Kumari. I guess you would want me to go to the gym and not be a fatty and I guess record people on Clown. He's like, yes, record on Clown House. That's what Kumar. He just says to the fat person, what do you think Kumari want you to do? And the fat person is like, I guess lose weight. And he's like, yes, exactly. That's what Kumari want for you. Anyway, I'm not doing it justice. I have to go. I'll talk to you soon. But that's a great movie.
Okay, take care. Have a good day.
All right.
Okay, we are live at the Pride Parade. This is LGBTQ only. We are live at the Pride Parade. Click the link above.
just so bad that they're gonna have a chance at winning again. Like, I just don't think that's a sustainable strategy over time.
Yeah, or just like almost like they're praying, just get dementia and just fade away or something. Something like that's gonna do.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, or